What can I say about Tara Brown? She was the most phenomenal speaker I think we've ever brought to our district. And the feedback that we got from Tara and from what she shared with them was the highest. She's the highest rated speaker we've ever had. I mean, they could not say enough good things. They felt energized, they were engaged, they came out with practical ideas, and she really spoke to them on a personal level, not just a professional level. Speak to teachers, she can speak to counselors and administrators, and the more people that she can speak to and get this message out about the importance of relationships, because in today's age of accountability, sometimes that gets lost, and we can't forget what's the most important. Our kids come first, and the basis of that is relationships. Tara Brown is a home run.
Every single one of you in this room, regardless of your title or your position, has the amazing ability to connect with a child. And for some children, trust me, that connection will truly be life-altering. And you may be the only one that has the ability to connect with that child. You know, when I start talking about relationships, a lot of people act like I'm trying to convert them over to the dark side. I've worked with teachers that feel like, God, if not for the kids, this would be a really great gig. The things I'm going to share with you today, I've learned while I was in the trenches, but also it's backed up by a mountain of research. And what research is telling us is that when we have healthy connections in the building with our kids, student achievement goes up, test scores goes up, motivation and engagement goes up, and let me tell you, when you've got an 11th grade American history class staring at you at 7:05 in the morning, you hope you have some increased engagement and motivation up in there, because that's a tough crowd. And I knew two things about boys in all the years that I played hoops. One, if you lay a ball in a room anywhere near a guy, 99% of them will pick it up. It's in their DNA. They have no choice. They must. That was my first piece of bait right there. Second thing I knew from all the hours of playing with guys and being around guys, even if a guy does not play a sport, he cannot fathom that you, as a woman, could possibly be better than him. That was my second piece of bait. And so I started. And so here I am. Now the girls, you know, are absolutely loving it. They are loving it. The guys are tripping. He's dying a slow death. I'm spinning it. And my exclamation point, I got it. I reach over, I get my ballpoint pen. I put the ball on the end of my pen. I grab a piece of paper and I said, "You want my autograph?"
So, first off, I am usually the person that sits in the back of the room that if my attention is not caught within the first 5 or 10 minutes of the presentation, you know, I try to politely use my time wisely, but probably after about an hour and a half of not realizing that I had totally been consumed in every word of Ms. Brown's presentation. I had not been inspired by a speaker in a long time. You know, her humor, her examples, her just passion for kids was just amazing.
I was on my elliptical in the YMCA down in Nashville about a year ago, and there's a big bank of windows, and there's a billboard out there, and they change it every now and again. I'm minding my own business on the elliptical, and I looked out there, and they changed this billboard, and I about fell off. Because this is what this new billboard said, and I don't think the Y is going to lie because they are a church-affiliated organization. If that doesn't blow your ever-loving mind, 65% bump in a child's self-confidence when they have one caring adult in the building. Remember that it is a two-way street when we're interacting with kids, and especially kids in poverty. That relationship is vital. Ruby Payne says not only is it vital, it is the primary motivator. Think about that. For kids in poverty, the relationship with the teacher is the primary motivator of whether that emotional on switch is going to flip on or not. Tell you one of the most famous quotes I had coming from one of my students, a redneck boy I had in Dade City, Florida. I grew up in Dade City with belt buckles as big as their heads. I'm talking hardcore rednecks. This boy looks up, and I guess he thought the work was pretty easy because he says, you know, Miss B, this ain't rocket surgery. And I said, no, darling, it's not. And I swear I want to go to our leaders at the state and the federal level and just grab them by the lapel and go, hey, this ain't rocket surgery. We got to allow our teachers to love on the cheer-ins. We got to let our teachers understand they have got to find time to love on the cheer-ins, because I do work all over this nation. I talk to schools all over creation, and I have teachers come up and tell me with tears in their eyes, I don't have time to build relationships with kids. And I'm telling you the same thing Maslow told you 50, 60, 70 years ago, is we don't have time not to build relationships with our kids. We don't have time. And I'll guarantee you, you can line up the teachers who build those relationships and get in their hearts to the test scores at the end of the year, and guess what? That ain't rocket surgery either. There's a direct correlation between those test scores. When you build relationships with kids, test scores go up, engagement goes up, motivation goes up, and bottom line, test scores go up.
With our limited time and our limited resources, if you want to bring in the best speaker for the most bang for your buck that will really impact the culture of your school, Tara Brown is the speaker for you.